Hi everybody, this is Technoli. Woo woo woo. This is the video that everybody's been driving me crazy for, and I'm happy to bring it to you. This is Opencore on Intel systems. On YouTube, everybody's talking about Opencore for Ryzen, but on Intel, there's nothing to help people. So I'm going to help you with that. First thing we're going to do is you're going to download a package of files on my website, and the link will be in the description below, and because you're going to need all of these items, okay? First thing we want to do after we do that is we want to install Python. All right? Now when you're doing this, make sure you click a check mark right here on Add Python 3.8 to Path, or this won't work, okay? Go ahead and click Custom Installation. Make sure everything here is checked as well. Click Next, and go ahead and install for all users and click Install. Okay. So we'll let this install real quick. Now we're going to show you how to compile SSDTs and everything that are needed for different motherboards on the Opencore website. So this will be pretty detailed, so hopefully you guys won't have any issues when you do it. And of course we're going to need a blank USB drive, 16 gigabyte or better. And this, because we're doing this on Windows, we can download the operating system on Windows and everything. So this is a lot of fun. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the Gib macOS folder, and we're going to double click on this, and then come down here to the Gib macOS.bat, right click and run as the administrator and say yes. Okay, now right here we've got a list of different operating systems that we can download, but we want something more detailed, so let's click on R, type R, enter. And it's rescanning. Now what we want to look for is the latest version of the OS we want to download. Okay, so what I've already downloaded is Catalina 10.15.3, and it says full install. If you choose one of these other ones, it's not going to be a complete install. It's just going to be like an update or something. So we want to choose this one, number 5. So let's go back down here. We choose number 5 and hit enter. And it says, look like you've already downloaded this, and I have. So I'm not going to re-download it, but right here you would click yes, and it's going to download it. All right. Now, after you've downloaded the OS, we're going to go in the same folder and go to makeinstall.bat. So right click, run as administrator, click yes. All right, here we've got our USB drive plugged in. Okay, make sure it's plugged in because before you launch this program, because this is going to find your USB drive, and here's mine right here. I got a 16 gig SanDisk. So this is number 1, and then also we want to use O equals Opencore instead of Clover. So we're going to type in 1 and then O, not 0, but O, and that is going to get our USB ready. And then right here, all information will be destroyed. And if you're okay with that, click yes and continue. All right. Now, once it's done doing this, you can go ahead and close all of these windows. We need to tell this program where in the world is the download that we just did. So in that same Gib macOS master, you're going to go under macOS downloads, double click, and then find your Catalina or whatever you've downloaded, double click, and then just click once, just highlight recovery, go up here to home and click copy path, and then right click in here, and it's going to put the path in so it knows where to find this install package. Go ahead and click enter, and this will build your vanilla USB bootloader. Okay, and it'll say it'll take some time, and it does take about 20 minutes or so. So once that is done, then we are ready to get busy with compiling SSDTs. All right, so I'm all ready to go here, so I'm going to click out of there so we can get going here. Okay, so I want you to go over here to this IASL-win folder and just go ahead and look in there. We're only going to be using this file down here, the IASL. So this is where we're going to save our SSDTs that we're going to build. Okay, so what we need now is Notepad. All right, so let's just go ahead and there's my Notepad. Okay, so there we go. Now go over to the web and type in Opencore. And right here is our vanilla guide. So we're going to need this. Now I am on an i9-9900K Intel with a Coffee Lake chipset. So I'm going to use this configuration. Now if you're on a different motherboard, Ivy Bridge or Skylake or Kaby Lake, you would use these guides. But we have this one and we're going to use this. So the first thing we're going to do is, we've already downloaded everything we need, okay? You've already got that on your desktop. We're going to go down here to where it says that we need to add our SSDTs, and this motherboard requires 4 of them, all right? So what I want you to do is go ahead and click on here and grab this. That's not a file. What in the world is this? Well, this is the situation that we need Notepad for, because we have to compile these SSDs, all right? So what I want you to do is go clear down to the bottom and start copying and go up to right here where it says definition. Don't copy anything that has these stars / blah, blah, blah. So on this one, it's right here, copy and paste it into our Notepad. Now I want you to go ahead and save as, and make sure you're saving these files to our desktop and that IASL-win folder. And we're going to name this right here SSDT plug. Okay, and just hit enter. All right, let's do Control A and get rid of all of that. So we got the plug, and we're going to go back here. We need this one here. This one's a big one. We want to go all the way out, down to the bottom and go all the way up. Now watch out here. This one's a little tricky because it has some of these things in it. You want to go up here to definition block again, but you don't want any of this up here. All right, right click, copy, and paste it into here. And we're going to name this one, save as, the same as it says up there at the top. EC USBX and hit enter. All right, now we need AWAC. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Control A, get rid of it. Okay, we'll go down to the bottom here, little one. We'll go up here to definition block, left click, copy, and paste it. Save as SSDT dash AWAC and hit enter. All right, I think we got one more. Yeah, PMC. So we'll go down here, copy all the way up until we see definition block. Copy. Oops, I forgot to get rid of this. We'll get rid of it now. Paste it into here, and then save as SSDT dash PMC, right? And save it. Okay, we're done with that. Now we need to compile these files. So here they are, right here, and they're in text format. We need to compile them. So what we're going to be using is this little IASL file. So what I want you to do, guys, is just click on it and then go up here to Home and then copy path. Now, you need to have command prompt open. I forgot to tell you that real quick. So what you do is just go down here and type in command and you'll see it pop up. So we need to have that open. All right, so what we did is we highlighted home, copy path, and then right click, and then put a space bar. Now we're going to grab this one first, so we're going to highlight it, home, copy path, right click, okay, and hit enter. All right, right there, that's our first compiled file. Let's go back up here, highlight, home, copy path, right click, space bar, and let's go to our next one here, highlight, home, copy path, right click, and that's our next one. Back up here, we still got to keep doing them. Home, copy path, right click, space bar. Now we got this one to do, the plug. Highlight it, home, copy path, right click, enter. All right, one more. Back up to the executable, home, copy path, right click, space bar, and then we need this PMC, so we'll highlight it, home, copy path, right click, and hit enter. Okay, so we have all of our AMI files. So what are we going to do with those stupid things? So we're going to put these AMI files into our EFI partition. So let's go ahead, our boot EFI folders. So let's go ahead and right click, open in a new window, all right, double click on OC, double click on ACPI, and this is where we need to drag and drop our SSDTs, but only the ones that have AML as the .aml. So let's drag them in there. Okay. All right, we're done with that. Now what we need to do is, because right now we don't have any drivers and we don't have any KEX. Now on yours that you just made, you're going to have some drivers in here. I just want you to erase them, okay? Because you're going to use mine. All right, so in the downloads on my website, you're going to have these two folders. What I want you to do is, I want you to copy them into the folders over here. So here's my drivers. Just grab these, copy, and paste them into the drivers folder on the USB. All right, now I want you to go up and go to KEX, and I want you to copy all of these. Now, KEX can be different depending on your hardware. This motherboard has an Intel Ethernet, so I'm using this driver, or this KEX. If you have a Realtek, then you're going to have to choose a Realtek KEX, okay? Everything else here you're going to need. So, an Apple ALC is typically for your audio to work, okay? But for mine right now, I'm using Intel, and if you have any questions with that on your particular motherboard, just send me an email or comment below. So copy these and paste them into our KEX folder here. All right. Now, there they are. Now, we don't have a config.plist yet. So, in the package that you downloaded, you're going to have a folder that's called Opencore 5.5. And in the docs folder, there's going to be a sample plist. So just drag it over into your boot EFI OC folder. Now, we have our SSDTs in here. We have our drivers. We have our KEX. We have this tools folder, and we just need to delete these two files. And now we have this opencore.efi, don't touch it, and we have sample plist. I want you to rename this to config.plist. Okay, now we also have a program that we downloaded off my website. It's called ProperTree. Now I want you to double click and then right click on propertree.bat, open as administrator, say yes. Now this box we can just set over here. All right, so here is our config.plist editor. Now this is where Clover used to take care of the config.plist pretty much, or you could make edits. This is where we edit our config.plist. You cannot use Clover to do this, or it won't work. So first we want to go File, Open, and we want to go to our bootloader, which is right here, EFI OC config.plist, and click Open. Now what's really cool about ProperTree is it will find all of the paths for you for your ACPI, your drivers, and your KEX, and it'll do it for you. So just click File, OC Snapshot, click on OC right here, and then click on Select Folder. And it just made a bunch of changes for us. We're almost done, guys. Hang in there. We're almost done. Okay, but before we move on, we have to change something. So when we did the OC snapshot, it put in our path to our SSDs, but it did not set these to true. It says false. So let's go ahead and double click and click on true for the first one, for the second one, this AWAC, and this one. All right. So make sure those are set to true and then save. If you don't save, guys, nothing is going to work. Okay, let's move on. Let me put this over here. We're going to go back to the Opencore website and we're going to go ahead and scroll down to where it starts talking about what our settings need to be in the config.plist, because they show right up here that you have a sample, but it's just the same sample we just put in. You have to make these changes depending on what chipset motherboard you're using, or you're not going to boot. So let's go past the ACPI right here. Let's go past this. We've got all of this done, so we want to go down here to where it says Quirk. So let's just scroll down to where it says Quirks. Right here is what we need to make sure are the same settings. This enable reset, FAT enable reset. Okay, false. False and no mean the same thing. So these are set correctly by default. Let's go to Booter, which is right here. And we need to go down to Quirks, right here. Now see, avoid runtime defrag. It's set to true. And then devirtualize blah blah blah, MIMO, yes, okay, it's set to false, so we have to change it to true. So just double click where it says false, and then this little window will pop up and click true. Now, no, no, no. All right, enable safe mode slide. Let's go over here and check. Enable safe mode slide is turned on. Enable write unprotector. Enable write unprotector is on. Force exit boot services, no. Let's go ahead, no on those. Let's go to provide custom slide. Provide custom slide. It is on. Okay. And yes to set up virtual map. No and no. All right. So just a couple changes. Now, these settings, we're using an external graphics card. These settings you would only change if you were using the onboard graphics. So I don't need to worry about this because I'm using a graphics card. I'm using an RX Vega 56 on this. So I'm not going to worry about this, but this is where you would change right here where it says device properties. Right here is where you would change if you're using the integrated GPU. So let's go ahead and go past this. We don't need to worry about any of this. Go to Kernel, right here, Kernel. Go down here and you'll see how that the software already put in our Lelut text and the path to it. So all of this is done for us. So let's go down to where it says quirks. So let's just go past all of this stuff. We're looking for quirks. Okay, there we go. All right, Apple CPU PM config lock. Needs to be true. And the next one needs to be true. No, no, no. So no, no, no. Disable low mapper needs to be true or yes. Dummy power management, no. Okay, no, no, no. Go all the way down here to panic no kex dump. Panic no kex dump needs to be true. And then no, oh, yeah, this one. Power timeout needs to be true. And then third-party drives, false. And then the port limit needs to be true. So we had quite a few changes there. All right, let's scroll down here. Everything here is set the way we want. You can verify it here. You want to look at miscellaneous, and you want to look at, let's see here, hibernate mode, none. Hide self, true, yes. So everything's good here. Timeout 5, use picker, or show picker true, and use picker true. Show picker, okay, use picker, yep. All right, now down here, debug, disable watchdog needs to be yes. And then down here where it says target needs to be 67. And then be careful, don't miss this one, because here it's down here, but here it's up higher. So just copy these numbers, display level, copy, double click right here, Control V, and they're in there. Okay, let's go down here. Right under security. So allow NVRAM reset. Okay, that needs to be true. Allow default. True. No. 6. This we don't need to change. Require signature. No. Require vault. No. Scan policy needs to be 0. All right. Let's keep moving. Okay, everything here is fine. Let's go to NVRAM. This number, just check it. If you highlight it and then just use the arrow key to the end, you'll see it's the same number. So we're good there. All right, this you don't need to worry about. Everything is fine. Boot arguments. This is where we put in, remember in Clover, we put these under the tab boot? Well, this is where it is here, the boot arguments. So just double click and then hit the space bar, put a space between these, and I'm going to add debug, copy, Control V into there, space, and then this is for our ALC, our audio, and Control V. Okay, we're done with that. Now this is where we're going to come back when we're done, and we're going to get rid of this -V so we don't see the verbose text on the screen when we're booting up all the time. All right, on here on SIP enabled, that's fine. Now we go here, unless you speak Russian, you need to change the language. So go ahead and highlight this number and copy it. Okay, double click here and Control V. All right, now we'll be in English. Okay, legacy. Legacy enabled, no. Legacy overwrite, no. All right. Write flash, that's some here and here. Write Flash should be yes or true. Platform, this is really important, guys, or you'll get an error message that the Mac OS cannot be installed on your computer. For any of your higher end Intels, just go ahead and change this to iMac, no space, 18, 1. And hit enter. This works fine. I've not had any issues with it. And it doesn't change any of the performance, so it's good. All right, here's your serial numbers. You see here, this is your board number, the MLB. And these are just fake numbers. Of course, they're all zeros. And the UUID, we're going to change these after we install the operating system. Okay, so let's move along. Let's go here. This is kind of backwards because it goes back to generic. And automatic right here is set to yes or true. Spoof vendor, right under generic, spoof vendor, yes. Right there it is. So everything here is correct. Update data hub, true. And true on the update NVRAM, true here, and create. So that's all correct. Okay, let's go to UEFI. We're almost done. We're just going to verify these numbers are correct. I believe by default they are. Auto, key swap, pointer support, ASUS is fine to leave in there, and timer resolution 5000. So we're good there. Let's go down here. Apple, Cicolo, okay, is no. And then console control needs to be yes or true. Okay, then firmware volume, no. Hash services, no. And no on that one. Okay, now let's go down to quirks. Avoid high allocation, false. It skips this one, so don't worry about it. Exit boot services delay, 0. No, 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 no. Provide console GOP, yes. So true. And then no. Request boot bar, yes. Fallback. And yes to request boot bar routing. And then false, false, false. Guess what, guys? We're done. We are done. Go up here and save it. Don't save as, just file and save. Woo! All right. That's how you make a bootloader for Intel on Opencore. Now, I'm just going to show you guys. I'm going to switch over to the camera real quick and show you that it boots. And that's it. All right. Be right back. All right, guys. So I'm going to go out of my BIOS here. And I'm going to go ahead and go to the boot screen. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and select number 1 because that's my external USB. And you get that little error, and then it just goes right on past it. And it boots up. And we format and we do everything. And that's it. But we got something at the end of this video we have to do. We have to change our UUID number and our serial number and our board number, or we're never going to get iMessage and all of the other little fun things that Apple has to offer working. Okay, guys, so we're over here. We're done. We're loaded. Everything's wonderful. And we're going to need 3 files. Okay? You already downloaded Proper Tree and Gen MBIOS Master on my website. And you're also going to need Clover Configurator, but not to do anything special, just to get to our hidden EFI partition. So first of all, we need to double click on Clover, mount EFI. This is our hard drive. We're just going to mount it, put in your password, and then click Open Partition. All right. So now we've got our EFI folder on our EFI partition on our hard drive. So now we can get to that. Now you downloaded ProperTree and Gen SM BIOS. So let's go ahead and open up ProperTree. And we can't use propertree.bat. That's for Windows. So we want to use propertree.command. Double click on it. And right here we go up to File, Open, and then we want to go to our EFI partition right there, OC boot, and our config.plist and click Open. All right, let's go ahead and just minimize a lot of these all the way down to platform. All right, there's platform. All right, so here's our MLB number, which is also known as a board number. Here is our serial number, and here is our UUID number. I've already changed them in this, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So we're going to come over here to generate our serial numbers. So here again, we're going to use gen smbios.command. Double click on it. And then we're going to select number 3. And then remember we named our iMac an 18,1. Just put that in, iMac 18,1, and hit enter. All right, so here's our new serial number, our new board number or MLB, and our new UUID number. Okay, so let's just copy this first one, serial number, copy, and right here, serial number. Get rid of that one and paste this one in. Okay, and let's grab the board serial, copy, and right here it goes in MLB, and paste that one in. And then right here we've got the UUID. So now you're going to have unique numbers that no one else has. So you can get the Apple login and iMessage and all of that stuff to work. Make sure, guys, when you're done with this, that you go up here and click Save, or all that work you just did will not take effect. All right? File and Save. That's it. We're done. Opencore on Intel. And of course, with my other video, we've got Opencore on Ryzen. Guys, I really appreciate it. We're over 1,000 subscribers now. I'm very excited about that. I owe it all to you. I really appreciate you guys joining me on this adventure. And I will see you on the next video. Take care.